Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video I wanted to talk about the importance of having multiple revenue streams if you make your money online. And I'll tell you what the reason being, or the reason behind that is. And this is even more critical if you're self-employed and you don't have a regular day job. You know, if you have a day job and you're doing online stuff on the side, yeah, it would suck if your online income dried up, but you know, you still have your day job to fall back on. For those of you who are planning on leaving your day job to pursue an online income or be an entrepreneur, it's important to have multiple revenue streams, and I'm going to tell you why that is. So just to give you an example, a lot of people who make their money online don't necessarily do it all through their own website. They might use other services, whether it be you know, Fiverr, Upwork, Elance, a number of other freelancing sites. Some of you guys may make your money selling on eBay or Amazon. Some of you guys may do affiliate programs, but when you work on third-party sites, you don't control your destiny, so to speak. So yeah, you can work your butt off and you might make money with this affiliate program, but what are you gonna do if that affiliate program changes from a 30-day cookie to a 24-hour cookie, or from a 30-day cookie to a session-based cookie? That could dramatically lessen your income. Or let's say you're selling on Fiverr, something that recently happened to me, and I had a gig that, you know, it probably brought in, I would say probably $600 a month, and Fiverr for no reason recently shut it down. They claim it violated their terms of service. I don't believe it did. I asked them, will you give me a chance to modify this gig so I can retain and keep all the feedback and everything that I've built up and all the kind of search algorithm juice I built up, and they wouldn't let me do that. So now I'm starting from scratch. Any of you guys who've sold on Fiverr or eBay or anything probably know how when you're starting from scratch, it takes a while to get an account rolling. You know, whether we're talking Fiverr, eBay, Amazon, when you're new to the platform, they don't show your stuff in search because you're not a proven member. What gets shown high in searches is stuff that has a track record of being liked by buyers and things like that. So just for example, my Fiverr gig got shut down. That was $600 a month. I'm essentially starting from scratch, and it literally probably took me a year of running this gig and promoting this gig to get it to earn that $600 a month, and now I'm starting from scratch. So I kind of know what to do. I know how to get it back on track, and I'm working on that, but it's going to take some time. So my point is, if you're completely reliant on one source of income and it's through a third party, it could dry up like that. I'll share another story with you. In the past, I've had problems with my Amazon account. My Amazon account got shut down. They held over $40,000 of my money. It wound up taking probably 4 months to get it resolved. After 4 months, I wound up getting my 40 grand back. And actually, I reached out and appealed to Jeff Bezos, and Amazon's executive office actually wound up turning my account back on. So I mean, that was great, but you know, if I was completely reliant on Amazon, I not only would have had $40,000 of my money tied up for 4 months, I would have had no way to make my income. So that's what I mean. You know, when my Amazon account got shut down, I still had eBay to fall back on. I still had my WordPress website to fall back on. I still had my Shopify store to fall back on. But when you put all your eggs in one basket, one thing goes wrong and you're totally screwed. And like I said, when you're working with third-party platforms, you can follow their terms of service to a T, but you never know if they're going to change their policy. And sometimes even something as stupid as, like on eBay, for example, a buddy of mine was selling Burberry scarves. His scarves were 100% authentic. It's not like he was ordering these things from China or some knockoffs. 100% authentic Burberry scarves he was selling. Somebody simply asked him a question. You know how you can message people and ask questions through eBay? Somebody simply asked him a question and said, I just want to make sure this scarf is not counterfeit or a knockoff or whatever. Simply somebody mentioning the word counterfeit apparently triggers some kind of automatic action in eBay where they take the listing down, and so his listing was taken down. Fortunately, that's all that that wound up happening to him, but potentially that could have caused his eBay account to get shut down, and he actually was able to get on top of it quickly, and he's not able to continue listing those gigs. It's just not worth the hassle. But at the very least, his account isn't shut down. So that's what I mean by, you know, something through no fault of your own can wind up sinking your account. With Amazon, if you do commingled FBA, I don't know how much you guys are familiar with FBA, but there's a couple different types of FBA. There's a couple different ways you can do FBA. And one way that FBA works is if you package your own stuff and label your own stuff, only your stuff is going to be used to fulfill your orders. But they have something called commingling, which I think your account may be set up for by default, where let's say my stuff is in a warehouse in Arizona and a customer in New York buys the same item and someone else is selling the same item, potentially Amazon will not send my item to the customer. They'll send some guy, they'll send some guy's item who, has his stuff at an Amazon warehouse in Ohio because it's shorter shipping. It's probably cheaper for them. They can get the item there faster. But what if I'm selling a legit product and the other guy's selling a counterfeit product? Or what if I'm selling a legit product and the other guy's selling a lower quality product? Potentially, I'm going to have an Amazon claim brought against me. I'm going to have negative feedback left for me. And it's not even based on a product I sold. It's based on something that Amazon decided to fulfill for me. So things kind of outside of your... obviously you can do things to prevent that from happening. You can not participate in the commingling program. But you can see how, when you're working on a third-party platform, things outside of your control can sink your business. I'll give you another example. PayPal has shut down my account several times. I sell a product in the category that's allowed, but if you're in the kind of quote-unquote high-risk industries or high-risk niches, high-risk products, sometimes when you start doing a lot of volume, Amazon will say, we're not comfortable, or I'm sorry, PayPal will say, we're not comfortable with the volume you're doing in this category. It's prone to chargeback. They may put a rolling reserve on you. They may shut your account down completely. At one point, I had a 25% rolling reserve put on me, plus they took $10,000 right off the top. And it's hard to continue ordering inventory when someone's I was only making probably 10 or 15% margins at the time. So when they put a 25% rolling reserve on me, essentially every time I sell something, not only is that 10% profit gobbled up, but also there's an extra 15% of my money that I'm just losing that I'm not going to see for 90 days. At one point I had over $150,000 tied up in PayPal rolling reserves. Eventually I got that reserve amount lowered to 5%, and though it still sucks, if I'm making 10% I actually increase my margins, but potentially if I'm making 10% margins, sorry guys, I'm looking for a vacuum. I need to do a vacuum on my car, taking a road trip today. But if I'm making 10% margins and eBay puts a 5% rolling reserve on me, it's not going to hit me as hard because I lose 5% of my profit, but at least I'm not going into the hole. I'm still making 5%. So I've kind of got into a tangent, rambling complaints about all these third-party services, but I just want to highlight for you guys why you don't want to trust your income to one source of income or one stream of income, and also why you don't want to trust your income when it's on a third-party platform. Maybe you get kicked out of an affiliate program, maybe an affiliate program changes their terms. I think very few people are probably making a respectable income on AdSense, because I feel like AdSense kind of sucks. But that said, if you're making your money on AdSense and you have an AdSense violation, or a competitor decides to click bomb you, that could basically cause your account to be suspended, and at that point you have no revenue source anymore. You have no stream of income. So my point is, I'm not saying spread yourself out so thin that you're not doing good on anything. Obviously, if you have one revenue source that's making substantially more money than others, I don't want you to necessarily take your time away from that really good income stream and focus on things that make you a pittance. But keep something else going. So, for example, my e-commerce site, I'm not going to throw out how much money it makes me, but it makes me a pretty good amount of money that I'm able to live off of, and that's my main source of income. I also have a Fiverr gig, or I had a Fiverr gig, that made me about $600 a month. So I live pretty frugally and things like that. It's not a devastating hit for me, but I kind of, got accustomed to having that extra $600 a month, putting that in savings. Maybe I go out to eat a few more times a month or whatever. And maybe now I'm not going to be able to do that anymore. But my point is, if my Fiverr thing gets shut down, I still got my normal e-commerce business to fall back on. I still got a few eBay sales to fall back on. I sell some digital products on other platforms. I have that to fall back on. I have some AdSense revenue to fall back on. So if if my e-commerce income stream got taken away from me, I'd kind of be screwed. But at the very least, it's not like my income goes to zero. If my e-commerce site got shut down, or I couldn't get credit card processing anymore or something like that, at least I have some Fiverr money rolling in. I got some AdSense money rolling in. I still got my Amazon account. So I like having a lot of backup so that if anything happens to one source, you still have plenty of other things going, and that'll buy you some time to come up with another stream of income. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found some value in it. If you guys have any questions, if you've experienced problems with your AdSense account, Fiverr account, and affiliate program, feel free to reach out to me. I'm really good at finding CEOs' email addresses and bombarding them with emails till they do what I want. I'm really good at kind of troubleshooting problems that you run into with payment processes or anything else. So feel free to leave a comment in the description box below if you guys have any questions about how I do things or how I overcome problems or some different streams to diversify your income, whatever else. So thanks for watching, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Check back for more videos, and we will talk to you guys next time.